Ooh. Hey, Auntie. Hey, y'all. I done took 'em myself. Mm, you back. That's what I'm talking about. I figured you had been out of town or something like that. I said, she out of town. She been gone. She been on the road. But I just sent them anyway because I don't be knowing. But I figured you was out of town. But this what you're supposed to be doing right about now, traveling, having fun. Hey, y'all over here on Facebook. Hey. All right. About a minute in, so I'll get started. Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Kina's Corner. I'm your girl, Kina, and I thank you sincerely for being here in my corner. Appreciate y'all so much for coming. Um, Here on Kina's Corner, I speak facts, opinions, truths, vulnerabilities, and need to knows. I was gonna try to tell you what you need to hear, never what you want to hear. I'm just not that type of person. If you're here on YouTube or on my Facebook page, Kina's Corner Podcast, please give it a like, a share, subscribe if you have not to either of the platforms and you wish to. Of course, YouTube is completely free. If you want to subscribe to Kina's Corner Podcast, it's only $1 a month, but that's completely up to you. Either way, I'm just thankful for your support. Thank y'all so much. Again, please give me a like. Stop right now and like the video, please. That's how Facebook and YouTube is gonna know that you like my content, right? So, show your little girl a little love. Show me a little love. Hit the thumbs up. Hey, sis, in the house. All right. So for this particular episode, y'all, I was asked to speak on this topic. I was asked to speak on this topic, y'all. So this is a fan's choice. And with this one, life during divorce, I actually do have experience. If you know me personally, then you do know that. But if you don't know me personally, then you may not know that, right? So, I've been through a divorce, of course, and of course, when I went through it, it was no fun, none at all. But there's a great part to it. Of course, I always look at life that way. To everything, I should be learning something. There is a blessing in every lesson, just period, right? Just remain positive, stay optimistic. That's what you've got to do in this thing called life, no matter what you go through. That's how I view things. So, for me, for the most part, through my divorce, I learned a lot. I grew, I endured, I overcame, I powered through. You know what I'm saying? So, at this moment, I'm empowered. Empowered enough to empower other people. That's the way I choose to see it. Um, so tonight I'm just gonna talk a little bit about like the things that I've kind of dealt with or went through during my divorce. I'm not really here to bash nobody, y'all. I'm not here to do that. You had to ask me about 2, 3 years ago though, I would have had a lot of shit to say. But I'm healing, I'm growing. Thank God for that. I don't, I'm at a place now, and that takes a lot of growth and peace where I can pray for people and be done with it, just like that. So, more importantly, I've grown and I've healed, right? What I really had to realize, what I say often is, everybody's just not meant to go where I am in life, period. And that's vice versa, because I don't ever want that to feel like it, it sounds like arrogance, because it's not. I don't mean that I'm this huge ass celebrity or something. I just got it going on. No, I don't mean that. I mean that the person that I was with, maybe he just wasn't meant to go with me where I am in life. But we just have two different paths, vice versa. If he's meant to do other things, maybe I'm not meant to go with him on his path, is what I mean. I don't mean it out of no kind of arrogance. I don't mean that, right? So on this episode, like I'll just discuss like how it can be. Like it's not just concrete. Like what I went through is what you're gonna go through if had you ever gone through a divorce, or have you ever, or should you ever rather go through a divorce. It don't mean that it's concrete what I went through, but these are some things that you kind of can expect, or just some things that I went through, and kind of some things to kind of help push you through, because it's hard. It's hard. So pretty much like we're gonna talk about life during divorce and just how life gonna keep life, but you still gotta keep moving. Period. So like I said, y'all, if you never been through it, a divorce is hard, super hard. It can be very hard, and everyone, I guess, of course, it really don't have to be like I said. What I went through is not concrete. It does not have to be a hard process. It could be fairly easy, but for me, it was hard. It was very hard especially when it comes to your emotions and the things that you got to deal with and the things that you got to keep dealing with, and you know you just can't stop because life don't stop. You just got to keep going. It is hard, y'all. It is some tough shit. Tough. It's very tough, right? I can't think of like one single emotion that I probably did not go through during the time. Anyone you could ever think of. You think of one, and I bet you I've been through it during that time, right? So me, I've been single since the end of 2021, November, right? And my divorce was just finalized last year in October. So I've gone through it for a while, right? And a lot of people are gonna tell you stuff like when you know for me, like I said, it took me almost 2 years to get to finally like get divorced, like to see it on paper for it to be finalized. People usually tell you things like, well, yeah, you think you over it, but once you sign them papers, all those emotions and stuff like that gonna come back and you gonna feel it again. For me, it just didn't go like that. That's why I said it's not concrete. I had been through so much, y'all. I had endured so much. I literally was excited to do so. And I'm not bashing anybody for anybody think that. I don't want shit I say like that. I don't mean it. I just had been through so much. I was just ready to be done. So I was happy to do it, right? I was relieved. Um, I was relieved with it, period. But people always gonna say, and this one is true, sometimes, again, sometimes, not concrete. If you really want to know the real somebody, like make them mad or go through a divorce with a person. Those are true facts. Because a mad person is gonna say what they've been wanting to say the entire time anyway. And then if you really want to go through or see a person really for who they are, sometimes depends on the person, right? Go through a divorce. Whew. Like just saying that it's tough, literally is an understatement. I can't even really describe it to you. But the thing is, I made it out, y'all. I made it out of like this situation that was like unexpected for me and unfortunate. Unexpected and unfortunate. I didn't expect it, and it definitely was unfortunate, but I still made it out, right? If you have children, it's probably going to be harder and worse. Again, not concrete, but I'm speaking from my experience. If you have children, it's probably going to make things harder. It's going to be even tougher for you. Your children's going to start to have questions that you cannot answer. Sometimes it's like you want to, but then sometimes you don't even want to involve them because you're going to tell them too much. So you don't. It's like you can't answer the question that they have for you, and they're gonna have a bunch of kids are already like inquisitive. They want to know, and they smart too. They be knowing a lot more than what you tell them. Also, your children may think that it's their fault. That's really sad, but it's the truth as well. Your kids may try to carry that burden, or they will carry that burden thinking that it's something that they did while mom and dad ain't together no more. That's a sad one. It's hard. And even the hard one of the hard parts too is like even while you're hurting, y'all, you still gotta try to make sure that your mental is good. You still gotta try and make sure that your children's mental is good. That's hard, right? Because it's like you got so much to do. Again, life keeps moving. Even while you're going through this divorce, this separation, whatever, what have you, like whatever it is, you still got to keep going, right? You can apply that to all life. I don't care what you're going through, even a divorce, life keeps moving. So you cannot just stop, right? Divorce is like grieving. I don't know if you ever thought about it that way, but literally, it's a loss. It's like you grieving, right? The one person that you thought that you could possibly, spend your life with, they're not that person anymore, right? It's like a grievance. It's like you're grieving, you know. But even when you grieve, what happens? Life still goes on. You grieve over your loss. You'll still be sad about it. You're still gonna think about it. Memories gonna remind you of that person, but still life goes on. You still gotta keep moving. You gotta keep working. You gotta keep living. You gotta keep providing. You gotta keep paying bills and taking care of your responsibilities, etc. Right? You have to. And the emotions, ooh, complicated. It's hard to explain. It's complicated. Seriously. At one point at the beginning, I was at a place like, baby, I was just angry and like enraged. I was hurt. But I was at a point in a place like literally where I wanted to hurt everybody that I knew had something to say about me, something that had to do with it. Everybody that was taking sides, everybody that was gossiping about me. I wanted to, and I ain't want to let God do it, fix it, vindicate me. I wanted to do something to everybody involved in it. I really did. Right? Those are those emotions, bro. And you don't know. You don't know when they're gonna hit you. You don't know what you're gonna be feeling like. Could be crying one minute, the next you feel like you're happy. Or you're like, shit, I'm good. I'll be fine. I can do better. I can do better eventually. And then the next minute you'll be crying again. This is how them emotions work. Like at the beginning, dealing with my emotions, I knew I still loved them, right? I was just so hurt and disappointed at the way that I had been treated and the way that I had been made to feel, right? I knew I didn't want that type of treatment, but I still loved them though. I did. I was shocked and disappointed and hurt more than anything, right? Like, so I separated in my marriage towards the end of, or I guess the middle of November, right? I was about 7 months pregnant. At that time, of course, I had a lot going on. I'm pregnant. I cried a lot, of course, during that time. I cried after I delivered my son, you know what I'm saying? But it seemed like, y'all, as time kept moving and moving and moving, like even months in, y'all, every time I thought I was healed, I found out I wasn't. And it is a process that you be trying to rush because you be like, shit, I shouldn't be thinking about this person no more. Like I should be over this by now. It don't work like that, y'all. It does not work like that. Literally, every single time I thought I was healed, I found out I wasn't. They're gonna be memories, you know what I'm saying? Things that remind you, songs, whatever. They're gonna be memories that gonna keep coming back up. And then mine is a little different because, like I said, it can make it worse if you have children. You always have to see this person. You're gonna have to see them. You can move states if you want to. You can move to a different country if you want to. If they want anything to do with their children or child, you're gonna have to deal with this person, right? There were people at the time where, like at the beginning, they thought like they were helping me, but they actually were hurting me, and they really didn't mean any harm. You know what I'm saying? But they were hurting me too. And what I'm talking about is at one point, like when this happened, um, a lot of people were sending me stuff. People were sending me screenshots and posts that he was making, and them traveling together and taking trips and stuff like that. And I'm seeing all the things that we, in my mind at the time, we should have been doing, the things that I was promised, right? But he's doing it with somebody else, right? You know what I'm saying? A bunch of people were sending me stuff like that, but they thought they really were helping me or something like that, but actually they were hurting me. They just didn't even realize it, right? What they didn't know is at the time they were actually like hindering my healing process. They were hindering that, right? This part honestly is where I should have set a boundary and been like, look, y'all, I blocked him for a reason, baby. It's like I'm trying to heal. I got a bandage or a band-aid over this wound, but every time you send me something like that, you snatching that band-aid back off. You're snatching it off. You're not allowing me to heal. That's something that I should have said. So if you need to set boundaries and let people know, hey, I really don't, I couldn't, for me, honestly, I just knew I went in the place to see that. Like my heart couldn't take seeing it. It was too fresh, right? So set boundaries if you need to. Like I know I blocked him for a reason when we separated because I wasn't ready to see everything. I was done with the situation, but then people were still sending me stuff thinking that they're helping me, but actually they were hurting me. So again, set boundaries if you need to. And that's with everybody. Set boundaries with the person that you separated from their family. If they ain't no good, if they're gonna take sides, if they can't take accountability, you don't have to deal with those people. Especially since y'all ain't together anyway. Period. Um, I give you some advice. Definitely this one. Um, give yourself all the time that you need. Give yourself all the time that you need. I'm here to tell you, y'all, that pain and love, it don't go away overnight. No matter what you think, no matter how you think, I should have been over this, I should have been over this by now. Um, this person did me wrong. I don't see why I'm still here sitting here crying and I miss him and I want him to come back. It don't go away overnight. It does not. Like it's crazy, honestly, that the person that you love the most, they do have potential to hurt you. What's even crazier, I think, is that like even though this person like hurt you, like betrayed you, you felt like in the worst way possible, you still gonna love them though. You are still going to love this person. So you got to remember that the love, it just won't disappear. You got to give yourself time to get through it. Don't let nobody tell you how long it should take you to heal your heart. Don't let nobody tell you that. I don't care if they have been through it. Your situation, my situation, theirs is not the same. Take as much time as you need because heartbreak hurts. And once that heart shatter, I really don't feel like you can put that back the same way that it should be, like a piece of glass. That's just me, right? Give yourself time, y'all, to fully process the situation. Literally, I can honestly tell you, like for real, I can honestly say that it took me years to fully heal. Years, and I say years as in literally about 2 years. Like up until this year, I really just didn't fully get it or grasp it. I'm dead serious too. So don't let nobody tell you after 3 months or whatever you should be done with. You should be done crying. You can't let nobody put a time stamp on your healing and how long it takes you. I'm not telling you to sit there and sulk about it. That ain't gonna help you get over it either. I would never tell anybody to sit there, feel sorry for themselves and don't do anything about it. I'm gonna tell you to do something about it. But you gotta at the beginning sit there in your pain so you can feel it and work on it and learn something about yourself and learn what you should have learned from this lesson so you don't have to repeat it. I'm not gonna tell you to, act like the pain don't exist because it's gonna come back up whatever you don't heal. I'm not telling you that. Not telling you that at all. But give yourself time to get through it. You've got to acknowledge the pain, then sit in the pain so you can heal it. Period. Ooh, that was good. Um, a couple of ways that I kind of know that I have healed. Um, things that used to upset me, y'all, it don't upset me no more. I laugh about so much now because a lot of it actually be like comical. It's funny. It's shit to me. That's one way I know I've healed. The things that used to upset me, they don't upset me anymore, y'all. I don't let people control my emotions as well. And that's something like many occasions, y'all, when it first happened, baby, I was so upset and I was sending paragraphs and text messages trying to get my point across and stuff like that. Now, what is the purpose? There's not one. There's not one. There's no purpose in it. Like, what am I getting out of this sitting here going back and forth over a damn text message? And I be mad as shit, y'all. I'm talking about, ooh, furious. Somebody can get you that mad over a phone, they got some control over you. The things that used to get me upset, they don't anymore, period. I just don't let people control my emotions. And if somebody can text you and they make you just flip like that, or they make you start cursing them out, you giving them that satisfaction, they have control over you. I hope you know that. I hope you know that. There's just one thing I don't care to indulge in. Not anymore. That's healing, baby. Oh. And somebody can get you mad though, seriously. If somebody can get you mad and like make you respond to their nonsense, bro. Like that's their purpose. And if you fall into it, they got control of you, period. Like you got control over me if you can get me to respond in that manner. That's what I had to realize though, because at first I wouldn't. At first, I'm finna give it back to you the way you give it to me. That's just how I felt at the time, right? You got to know that a lot of people literally want to disturb your peace. And if they see they can do that, they still control you. And that's what they be wanting to know, right? I'm also at a place now, y'all, like when nobody can come and tell me anything about like my past relationship, marriage, or whatever, and it hurt me. Nothing. I mean, nothing. I don't care. You know how people, you know how people are. Well, I heard this too when you was in your marriage, and I heard this and that, and this, that, and the third, and I heard this too about your marriage. Nothing can hurt me now. I've moved past it. I'm done with it. It can't hurt me anymore. Thank God for growth. Seriously, it won't hurt me, right? For me, it's behind and it's above me now. Like one of the best ways that I know I've healed y'all, and this part really like at the beginning, it hurt so bad. I finally moved on without an apology that I never received or was going to get. I moved on without an apology, just period. That hurts at the beginning. It hurts at the beginning, y'all. I'm gonna shoot it straight to you, y'all. I never got an apology, y'all. And at one point, like I wanted this apology. I felt like I needed this apology. Like I felt like I needed that closure. Me not receiving one, it probably make a lot of people feel this way. Me not receiving an apology, now it had me feeling like I really had done something. I felt like I had done something, right? I felt like it was really me at one point. Like I was trying to figure out if there was anything I could have done, differently to save my marriage. without an apology. That's what I felt. But now I don't. I don't, y'all. Well, we've got to understand, and I've said this before. If you sitting there, you may be waiting years and years and years, or you may not ever get one. Do not sit around and wait for an apology or closure that you may never get. So you're gonna sit there for years waiting on somebody to come back and apologize to you or give you closure and tell you what happened or tell you that it was not you or tell you at the time they was just fucked up. I don't know what I was thinking, but I hurt you. My bad. I'm sorry. You gonna wait on that? No, no. And whatever way they disrespected you, they hurt you, let that be your closure. Disrespect is enough. That is your closure. Move on. You sometimes you just may not ever get that apology. You can't sit there waiting for it or begging for it. Even if you're sitting there waiting for a closure and waiting on somebody to give you closure and you begging this person and they still won't give it to you, that's control too. They sitting there controlling you. If you're gonna sit there and you begging for this closure or apology that they just really don't even plan on giving you. They know you'll always be there though. You may not ever get it. Sometimes you're gonna have to be okay just moving on, knowing that you may never get it. Just period. As bad as it hurts though, y'all, for anybody who's gone through a divorce or unfortunately, I mean, it's I hate that it's gonna happen, of course, but it's just the world. If you ever have to go through this, y'all just let it teach you something. Let it teach you something. Like it should teach you something. It should teach you about yourself and how you can be a better person for you and a better person for the next. You should learn something from it, period. Like it should teach you as well, ladies and men, what you won't tolerate any longer, just period. Right? Learn the lesson so you don't have to repeat the cycle, just period. If you somebody, if your marriage ended and it was already toxic and like you knew it was coming, you knew it was coming. Y'all ain't been happy in a long time. Y'all argue all the time. You fuss and fight. You don't have any intimacy or anything like that. So you already knew it was coming. Guess what? Even when it ends, it's still gonna hurt. It is still going to hurt. Like simply because like you've been with this person, right? Simply because you being alone will be new to you. It's gonna hurt simply because like you're having to start over. That's going to hurt. You walking away from the person that you loved and knew for so many years is going to hurt. I don't care how the relationship was. It's going to hurt. Even when you can't like know to as well, y'all, even when you can't fully break away from like everything. And of course, if you got responsibilities, you cannot. You got to find time to sit alone, y'all. Sit by yourself and feel. You got to feel every single emotion, just period. It sounds simple, but it's really hard. Find time to sit by yourself and you got to feel all those emotions. You got to feel every single one. For me, right at the beginning, after it happened, y'all, again, I was pregnant. And then after I had a newborn and a 6 year old, and I did have help with my oldest as well, but I couldn't exactly stop, right? I got a newborn, but I started speaking with the therapist maybe once or twice a week. Um, know that during this time, y'all, you simply might not be at your best, and whoever is around you, they're gonna have to understand that. Yes, I understand it's different when you have kids. Kids ain't gonna wait. They don't understand. They don't understand everything that mama going through. You know, kids can't wait. You still got to take care of your kids. But the people who can fend for themselves, other than your kids, they just gonna have to understand that right now, Keena's not at her best. Whoever it is, I'm not at my best. Right? They've got to understand that. Sit still, y'all. Sit still and heal. Sit in your pain. At the beginning, y'all, you and your ex, whoever it is, y'all still maybe at this point where y'all just bickering with each other. Y'all still arguing like you together, right? Going back and forth. It's hard not to indulge in it, but I'm telling you, it's going to hinder your growth. Had I known back then what I know now, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. Your emotion's still in it. It ain't that deep. But it's hard to actually do it. Take that from me. It's hard to actually just, turn the other cheek, walk away. But it's going to hinder your growth. Remember that. This though, when you're by yourself, when you're going through your divorce, your separation, it's a perfect time to get back to you, get back to the things that you once enjoyed doing before you were a wife or a husband, right? Because there's more outside of you just being a spouse. Is way more to life, right? It don't seem like it at first because you're gonna be like, I got to start over. I don't like these people. I don't know these people. I don't want to get to know nobody else. I got to do this whole thing again. What am I going to do now? I'm used to going out every weekend or doing this with him or her every weekend. So what am I going to do now? Okay, well, you're going to have to develop a new routine, right? There's more to you being a spouse. If anybody needs to hear me say that there's way more to it, you just used to your routine, used to that person being there, right? You can, y'all. You can, and you will be happy alone. But you got to sit in your pain. You got to work on healing, and knowing that literally it can take you months, 2 years, months to years. All right, it can take you that long to heal. Again, everybody's situation is not the same, y'all. Again, I want to say it. When children, y'all, are involved, it's tougher, and it's just an opinion of mine. I believe everybody may not feel that way, but it is tougher. Like, make sure your children know that again, whatever y'all have going on is not their fault. Try not to reveal too much to your kids, but I don't think you should lie to them either, because they be knowing. Ladies, try not. I say try not. Try not to speak negatively like of the other parent in front of your kids. I ain't gonna never lie and tell you that I haven't. I will be lying to you. I have, but I realize now there's some things that I shouldn't do. That's one of them, and that's hard too. That's hard too, because at the beginning you ain't thinking about none of this shit. You just hurt at that point, but it's not right though. I promise you, whoever, your kids know more than you think anyway, and when they grow older they will know what happened, and let them grow older and make their own decisions though about it. You ain't got to make it for them. I promise you, they'll be old enough one day and they're going to know what happened. They'll be able to make their own decision. You ain't got to do it for them. Period. um Again, make sure you keep check on your kids mental, y'all. That can be hard, of course, while you're trying to do everything and then take care of you too. And then you're going through a lot mentally though. Just remember that, of course, kids handle emotions a lot differently than we do. They can't express everything like we can. You know what I'm saying? Um, Make sure you just keep watching your kids, y'all. It's hard, but you've got to. So, healthy reminders for going through a divorce, and then I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Healthy reminders for going through a divorce. Said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Know that everything you lose is not a loss. Know that everything you lose is not a loss. If God takes it away, it wasn't a loss. I've said this one before, y'all. So if you don't learn lessons that God takes you through, I just believe that He's gonna make you go through it again and again and again until you learn what you were supposed to learn. For me, I had dealt with what I went through before. I had dealt with cheating before. If I stayed, guess what that means? Keena don't know her self-worth. Keena don't think that she can do better. Keena don't want to start over. Keena think don't nobody else want her but this man. Keena gonna believe whatever he tell her because he said he made a mistake. I've dealt with cheating before, y'all. Well, guess what? I dealt with it again. The second time was so much worse. It was so much worse. Literally. I believe he gonna take you through the same things over and over again until you learn your lesson. Now I know my self-worth. Now for me, you can't cheat on me and tell me that you love me. Now you can't hurt me intentionally and tell me that you love me. Just period. I know my worth now. God took me through that lesson until he hurt. Well, I believe God, he will. I believe, you know how people be like, God won't put on you no more than you can bear. I don't believe that. I believe he will to get your attention. So I went through these same things over and over again until I had enough, until I learned my lesson, until I finally put a little respect on my name, knew my worth, and was like, no, I don't want to be treated like this. I've accepted it one time. Nothing is going to change. And I left. That's the word. So everything that you lose is not a loss, y'all. If God takes it away, it was not a loss. All right. So another healthy reminder for going through a divorce. Sit in it, y'all. Feel your pain. Allow yourself to feel those emotions and work on healing yourself. Even somebody who was no good for you, they're still going to be hard to get over. That's crazy, right? But it's true, right? It's very true. Find yourself and rediscover your own identity, your self esteem, and your confidence. When you do that, y'all, you're going to find there's more life to you just being a wife or a husband, period. Stay positive and optimistic. Your healing will go as well or as bad as you expect it to. That's a word as well. Stay positive. You've got to be positive. I know it hurts. I know it hurts, but you can't sit around sulking about it and expecting it to go well. Cry about it, sit in your pain, and then work on healing yourself. Lean on your family, y'all. Lean on your family and friends if you need to. If they are there for you to support you, you're going to need them. Lean on the people that are there for you. You are going to need them, period. If you need professional help, do that too. It's okay. It's okay to reach out. I did that as well. Um, Block anything or anyone who disturbs your peace, y'all. I don't care if there's people slandering you, gossiping, rumors, whatever. Block them, period. Block them. It ain't going to do nothing but hinder your growth. Keep you going back and forth with people who don't even deserve your time. Anything that involves like bickering or arguing, block it. Period. Period. Don't indulge in people. I'm telling you, it's coming. If you've ever been in it, things you know you ain't even capable of, shit that you didn't do, shit rumors you ain't even heard about yourself. It's coming, y'all. But don't indulge. That's very hard. But because there were plenty of times like I want to just type out long, paragraphs and everything on Facebook or whatever just to clear my name. But at some point, it's like, what's the point? Whoever is believing this stuff about you, then let them believe it. Let whoever believe whatever. Because honestly, if they believe that bullshit about you, they don't even know you well enough. If you can't call me and ask me about it, you don't know me well enough. And then one day, them same people that said all the things about you, one day gonna be wanting your forgiveness and your apology. I'm at a place now I have peace. I forgave you a long time ago, baby. Take that up with the Lord. I'm done with it. I forgave you a long time ago. Period. Period. No, y'all, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt real bad, real bad, horribly. But the pain does eventually go away. Period. Like I said, y'all, it took me years. It took me 2 years to literally, probably up until this year, to finally get it and to finally heal. A hard truth of this, y'all. You cannot make anyone want you. You can't force anything, nothing. Right? If they wanted to be around, they would. If it's meant to be, it will be, right? It's hard to see it, but y'all, there's more life outside you as a spouse, just period. Remember that your pain is temporary, but it's very, very, very necessary for your growth and for the empowerment of you, period. I'm done. I'm done, y'all. Y'all rocking with me. Y'all rocking with me. Who in here? Anybody in here still? Gone for 2 months. Good God. Hey, sis Tina. What's up, girl? Y'all in here? Who over here? Who's not the Stizzars? Katina, you sent me some stars, girl. Thank you. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all, if y'all in the building, I'm thinking about doing it. I don't know if I'm gonna do that type of episode, but this is my book, my first book. The second one I'm writing is not gonna be like this one. It's gonna be about life, things I've gone through. This is my book. Auntie, you still here? Thank you for coming. I ain't seen you in so long. You need to take me out of town with you. Y'all enjoy the episode. This was a fan's choice. Somebody asked me to speak on. Of course, I'm always gonna listen to the people. I'm always gonna listen to the people, especially their support. So I gotta show love to the people that support me. hmm Anybody here? Y'all gone? Kiani, hey auntie. All right, y'all came through. Thank y'all so much for coming. Y'all here? Y'all gone? All right, y'all ain't talking to me. I'm about to go. Thank you for the stars. Hey auntie Renee. Kiana, thank you for coming so much. I appreciate you. Y'all enjoy the episode? I hope so, because y'all ain't really talking to me. Um, Thank y'all so much for coming over here. Leisha, hey sis. Auntie Giannis, thank you, girl. Always supporting. Sis Tina, thank you. And thank you for the stars on the other my Facebook as well. Thank y'all so much. I don't know who's in here, but I'm about to go, y'all. I appreciate you for stopping by. Y'all let me know what you think about the episode. Send me topics. I'm all for topics. I take them. If you send them, I'll take them. I don't know nothing about it. I tell you that I'm honest as well. All right. Well, y'all, that's it for tonight. Before I get out of here, please, 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 please go follow Kina's Corner podcast page on Facebook and check out your girl on YouTube. Check me out on YouTube if you're not subscribed. Of course, I'm available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, many, many other podcast sites. So if you can't catch these lives, you're welcome to just listen without a video. They're usually uploaded, I guess, about 45 minutes to an hour after I get done here because I do have to edit these videos to make them available on the sites. So you can just listen, of course, like I said, instead of actually getting on here to watch these lives. Please do that for me, y'all. If you're not following me on the podcast site, I would appreciate it. All you got to do is really Google me or text me or inbox me, whatever, reach out and ask me for whatever link, and I can send it to you anyway. I appreciate that. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to season 4, episode 5. Season 4, episode 5 of Kingdom's Corner. This is episode 35 in total. hmm I hope you guys enjoyed tonight as much as I enjoyed delivering the message. I thank you sincerely for being here in your girl's corner. I appreciate y'all so, so much. I'm your girl, Kina. I'm out. Signing out. I love you so much. Mwah. Talk to y'all next week.